Now that you know talking about, I think about it. I think maybe it was a little bit of arrogance with it because I felt like I came from Pride.
Yeah.
And Pride was the bigger organization. And I felt like the rules was tougher. And like the rounds was longer. It's like 10-minute rounds, and it's like tougher. I felt like Pride had the tougher opponents.
So, at the time, did you feel like Pride was better fighters than UFC?
Yeah.
Was it though?
Yeah, because we fighting guys that's on steroids.
Yeah, facts.
Did you guys feel when you? I never asked you this actually though. Did you feel like when the Pride guys started coming over to the UFC, you guys were the big dogs? Like UFC was the Bellator?
Yeah. That's how we
say it like
crazy.
that.
Yeah. That's how
when you put it that way though. Yeah,
that's how it was.
Yeah, because y'all was the premier organization.
Yeah,
and y'all had the best athletes in the world.
Yeah,
and that was the crossover.
Right, and UFC was like the Bellator to us. That's how I felt coming. That's why.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, you see who lasted long in Pride though, the ones that really wasn't juicing, or the ones that could, I guess, adapt to being more natty. I hate to say that about my Conrads, but yeah, like Dan Henderson lasted, Crow Cop, you know what I'm saying? Anderson Silva, he took over. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because they wasn't relying on that boost.
Mark Hunt and stuff, but the other guys, you know,
fell off a little bit.
Yeah, but you know, Alistair Overeem, he did good and stuff. A lot of us came over there and showed out. But you see some of the guys that kind of like faded away and stuff. They didn't do because they probably couldn't adjust to being natty. Yeah, and everybody assumed that I was on juice too.
Because what you was doing to people. It's probably psychological too though. Like even if they could have transitioned successfully, feeling like they didn't have something that they did have that whole time, I'm sure it changed the way they fought. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because not to disrespect Vanderlei, but he wasn't the same beast he was in UFC as he was in Pride. It could have had something to do with age and stuff like that, but I know Vanderlei was juicing 100%. You know what I'm saying? I just know he was.
Yeah.
And I heard though, when you juice and then you come off it changed your mentality too, your mental, because you don't have as much confidence.
Yep.
So that's why.
Yeah, it ain't worth the psychological damage. It's not.
Do we feel right now with everything going on, we see a lot of these guys like Patchy Mix and Pitbull, and we saw Chandler. We see a lot of guys transitioning from Bellator over to the UFC. It seems like they're having a hard time. I like Patchy Mix. I think he's phenomenal. Yeah. His only loss was the Juan Archuleta, who's another phenomenal fighter. But like, seems like they can't get it done in the UFC. Does the UFC really cause that much jitter or that much stress on these guys that are good? Like,
well, that's crazy. You said that. Like, my first fight in Pride, I was fighting in front of almost 70-some thousand people. And my first fight in UFC, I think I was fighting in front of almost